Hey guys, we got another Ares War here, and this time around, I like picking my skills just to see, when you have to make a decision to stop or, risk trying again. When do you stop? I'm not really sure what's the best bet, but this time around, I had a 200% buff and a plus 2,000 awakening points, and I think the other one was minus 80 rage. So I was like, you know what, I can probably make this work. Turns out it doesn't really matter for the first, I'd say, 12 fights, and so if you want to just see the main gameplay where the fights are actually tough, I would skip to the 6th or 7th minute. But regardless, this is the 4th week. The reason why my fights are so easy in the beginning are because the first two videos that I showed were the 1st and 2nd week of this season. So the season restarted in January. And then the 3rd week I missed, and so my points went down, and I didn't recover any, obviously, from that time. So my fights are much easier because my opponents, you get paired with people who have like points, and so my opponents are just much weaker for the vast majority of this. And each time that you win, you get the base number of points and then some extra. I think it's 6 extra for every win streak, after 2. So if you have a win streak of 2, it's plus 6 points, and then after that it's plus 12 for a 3 win streak, sort of like that. And so yeah, so I build that up and I actually get quite a few points, and then my fights get much more competitive and pretty fun, so I highly encourage you to watch those ones. And if you want to see me just sort of blowing through these ones, also check those out. But for now, I'll just leave it as a gameplay, and I'll see you right once things get a little tougher. Hello again, and this is where things get a lot tougher up against Kiltath, who definitely has a BR disadvantage against me, but with archers you can never be too careful. Even if they're of somewhat similar BR, I can get really screwed and just hit by some big hit while they're either buffed up or not buffed up. Sometimes they just have so much attack that if I'm not careful, even though I probably overall have the better tune, I can still die pretty easily. So anyway. Here I've had a really nice win streak. Obviously I've had I think 12 wins at this point, and eventually it caps out at getting 120 points per win, and that's very nice. You know, the base number of points is 60, and so getting 120 points, I'm getting double what somebody who had just lost. You know, if you have no win streak, I'm getting double of that. So I was pretty pleased about that, and that's how I caught up. You know, after this fight, I think I end up in like the top 20 players. We can see here. I'll show it. So there's 120 points, and yeah, so I'm in pro group, so I'm 14th, so that means I'm 15th overall because B is the only person in expert group. And so my 13 win streak, and it's definitely at risk here against Trinity, against somebody so much stronger than myself. You know, we're talking about, you know, solid 10 million BR more than my tune for Trinity. I have to be just super lucky and just turtle. So I do take one attempt to try and kill Trinity, and that's actually once I get into Silph mode, I use that 200% damage buff at one point. but really, once that totally fails, I just have to turtle, which just means protect myself, lots of shields, heals, whatever it takes to live, and then hopefully just pray for a really nasty deflect. So there I get rid of the kid at least, which is good. But yeah, so had she not, I think that was maybe the heal Titan? Maybe? I think it has to be, because she uses a heal rune in a little bit. So she goes for that big Knight Delphic. I get my Guardian rune in on time, and she still hits me so hard. I lose like maybe 3/4 of my health from that one hit through a Guardian rune. That's pretty scary. And then my Guardian Rune's still up, managed to heal, and she gets deflected really bad. So that's just terrible luck. She got 2 enormous, like really bad deflects in pretty much back-to-back hits. So that's terrible luck on her part and great luck on mine. And just, I mean, it's just funny. You gotta laugh it off. There's not much you can do about that. I was doing everything I could to just win by luck, and it managed to go through. I have to take a somewhat similar strategy here against Lady Anita, but I'm not as familiar with her, so it didn't register with me that she might be this troublesome for me, or that much better than my tune. Again, not super up with, you know, who's the best player, who are the best players on the server these days. And so yeah, I knew she must be tough just because I'm doing so well and I'm gonna run into strong players, but that's the extent of it. And here I lose the guard Titan and I just get killed. Again, she took this terrible deflect. Oh, so I was getting lots of deflect luck, but there, I should have just thrown a Guardian rune. Obviously there I was trying to steal and take enough awakening points in order to take away that Delphic from her, but I auto attacked for some reason before that, and so I lost the priority for the turns. So anyway, I ended up ranking 13th overall, so that's 12th in the pro class. Very undeserved, for sure. It's mostly just luck and, you know, playing catch up with the win streak. So that was very nice, and it's still fun, especially those last fights are at least entertaining, and I had a good time. Maybe the earlier ones, I was just bumming around and chatting with my guildies too much because there wasn't much else to do. But yeah, there we are. B, the only one in expert. Whenever you see Nitna, I will say B. If I say B, that's who I'm talking about. See, even here in the ranking, she's listed as Queenie B. So she must just, like, change her name in the middle of the day. Anyway, it's just funny. Or maybe she registered. I have no idea how it works, but whatever it is, she changes her name a lot. There's Alvin, who I think we've seen in some of the other videos, and I showed Trinity, who's, yeah, so a solid 10 million more BR than myself. And who else? Oh, Big Bailey's still somewhere at the top. Beautiful Bod. All people I've seen through Class Wars. Devi, I've seen. I don't know if we saw her in this or I'm mixing up some of my Venus battle footage and Ares War and all of those things. Legacy I've definitely seen in some of these. And there's Lady Anita. So close to 6 million BR over myself, not 7. But right, definitely a big BR advantage. It says that I'm unranked here, but I am ranked in the top 100, barely. And so yeah, by the time you get to the end of the rankings, you'll see me. But I think that's about all there is to it. Oh, there's Electric, who I definitely run into Venus battle. I'm not sure if I saw her in Ares War yet. But yeah, so we have some good fights. I had a great fight against her in Arena the other day. I wish I had recorded. So maybe I'll just try and record some other types of PvP. Hopefully run into some nice fights and maybe collect them together and do a video. So anyway. That's all there is to it. Thanks for watching, you guys. Take care and have a very good day.